How are your interviews going?
Yeah, really good, thank
Yeah?
you. Yeah, it's going well.
Good. Okay, well, no pressure then on me.
It's going it's the best interviews I've ever had today, actually. It's just been amazing.
Throughout your entire career?
I hope you don't disappoint.
Okay, well, with that pressure, let's just start off with the most important thing then, shall we, Tom?
Yeah.
Now, I would like to talk about your dog, Tessa, first
Oh, amazing.
of all, because she goes everywhere with you. So I just would like to know, did you take Tessa into the recording studio with you when you did this movie?
I could have done, because Tessa is the most quiet dog known to man. She barks for one reason and one reason only, and that's to be let back in after going to the toilet.
Oh.
She doesn't bark ever. Like, if an intruder came into our house, she would just make them a cup of tea. She wouldn't bark at them. She'd be like, welcome, come in.
I feel that way about my daughter. When she's watching Hey Dougie, anything could happen to us and she'd be like, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Hey Dougie.
Well, was Chris Pratt there? Because I know that with recording, particularly when doing voiceovers, sometimes it's just yourself in a booth. But obviously the relationship between Ian and Barley is so strong and important. I imagine it would have been tricky to do that without anyone there on the other side. Was Chris in the studio with you?
Chris was in the studio with me one time, and it didn't really work because I couldn't stop laughing. Chris just kept making me laugh, and I think all the times that I laugh in this film is taken from that session. I think the reason why this film works is because Chris and I had a pre-existing relationship. We were really good friends before making this film, and I think that was very important to Pixar because obviously they knew that we were going to be on opposite sides of the world when recording this film just because of our schedules, just the way it is, and that they needed people who were already friends because this relationship that you see on screen is very truthful to the relationship that Chris and I have anyway in real life.
You do seem to have a really great bond, and I guess it is to do with the fact that you guys have been through quite a lot together over the last couple of years. So it's lovely to see that. I know obviously you've done a lot of red carpets together promoting this film as well. Is it lovely to see him and just be reconnected?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like, the Marvel family, what we've been through in, being in the two biggest films of all time and making those Marvel films was really, really overwhelming. Not just for me, but for everyone, really. I think even for Downey, they were pretty overwhelming. So it's nice that we could all go through it together and being able to share this experience with a friend is really, really nice. And especially when that friend is Chris Pratt, because he really is one of the nicest guys I know. And I'm just very lucky that I can do this again with him, and I hope that one day we'll get to do it yet again.
Now, when you're in the studio and you are doing the voice of Ian, how does that compare to doing a role like Spider-Man? Because I know that when, speaking to Tom Hanks about voicing Woody, he talks about how exhausting it is and you really have to put everything into it because obviously you have to show so much through your voice. So how does doing a role like this compare to other roles you've done, and how do you feel at the end of the day?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's actually quite similar to Spider-Man. I mean, the first Spider-Man film we did, there was loads and loads of stuff where Peter Parker was in the full Spider-Man suit. And whenever I'm in the suit, the dialogue isn't really usable. We would re-record it later in a studio. So it is quite similar to that of animated film. But you don't have this kind of energy that these characters have. These guys are super heightened and they're elves and they're going on this quest and they're in a car called Guinevere and it's this kind of fantastic, magical world. So to try and match that energy, it is really tiring. And I tell my friends that and they're like, dude, it's a voiceover, mate. Get over yourself. But they don't know how hard I work.
Yeah, and this is your opportunity to tell them. It's the opportunity to tell them how hard it is.
Yeah.
The struggle's real.
The struggle of being an actor is real, everyone.
When I interviewed you before for Spider-Man, I know you said that when you were a child you would have loved to have become Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You did it. I saw on your Instagram you said that being in a Pixar movie was one of your goals, and you've done that. And it's really nice that you have these kind of wouldn't it be amazing if goals that you set yourself. What's the next one? What would you say is wouldn't it be amazing if then the next thing that you'd like to do, or certainly maybe, in the next 20, 30 years?
I've got directors that I'd love to work with, types of films I'd love to make. My next big goal is my brother and I have been writing a script together based off a book that we loved as kids, and I've been trying, I tried to get the rights to the book when I was about 13, and I didn't really realise how expensive book rights were.
On 13-year-old pocket money, that would be not going to go very far.
And then Harry and I, we managed to acquire the rights a few years ago alongside with another company, and we've been working with them, and Harry and I have been writing this script together, and we would like to direct it together. and it's something we're very passionate about, and it's something that I'm really excited about. So my next goal is to sort of move on into the world of directing. I won't step away from acting because I love it and I really enjoy it, and I'm very lucky to do it to the level that I've been doing it. But I would love to direct. And this film that we've come up with, we've changed it from the book. We've sort of taken the idea of the book and totally reworked it. But it's just also been really fun doing something with my family, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You're not going to say what it is.
No, we're waiting for the right time to really announce what it is, because it's something that's so dear to us, and we all read the books at home and at school. That all of my mates read them, and because I've been trying to get it made for so long, it is really, really close to me, and I want to. When we make the announcement, I want it to be a big, big bang.
Good, and I'm excited about that big, big bang.
Thanks
then,
very much.
Tom, congratulations on this movie. It was so good and filled with so many lovely messages as well, which I think which children and adults can both take away from it.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. See you next time.
So much.